And the reason this catches so many careful people off guard is simple. These foods are not junk in the usual sense. Many are sold as heart-healthy, natural, high fiber, high protein, full of electrolytes. Exactly the words older adults are told to look for. But when kidney function starts to drift down, even a little, the rules change. And that is what most people never hear soon enough. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 4 everyday foods many seniors eat with good intentions, not bad ones, that can quietly speed up kidney stress and kidney decline. And I am also going to show you what to use instead. So this is not just a warning, it is a practical guide. But first, here is one quick kidney rule you can remember. Know your number before you trust the label. That number is your eGFR. If your eGFR is below 60, a food that sounds healthy on the package may not be healthy for your kidneys anymore. So, as we go, keep 4 words in mind: potassium, phosphorus, protein, sodium. When kidneys slow down, those 4 can start changing the story. That one shift in thinking can protect you today. This matters more after 60, because many people are no longer starting from perfect kidney function, even if they feel fine. Kidney decline can be gradual and silent. No pain, no early warning, just lab numbers drifting the wrong way. That is why a food choice that once seemed harmless can start carrying a different burden. Maybe your blood pressure already needs watching. Maybe blood sugar runs higher. Maybe there is evening swelling. Maybe energy feels less steady. Maybe you were told to drink electrolytes, eat more whole grains, or push protein for muscle. Sometimes that advice is reasonable, but after 60, it has to match the kidneys you have now, not the kidneys you had years ago. Still functioning. And to keep this simple, comment kidney check below. Just those 2 words. It helps me know you want more food guidance, and it helps this message stay with you. Number 4. Processed and deli meats. Deli turkey, ham, salami, hot dogs, packaged sausage, anything cured, preserved, or built to last longer in plastic. This is one of the most common traps because it looks practical. Easy lunch, easy protein, and older adults are constantly told to get enough protein, so they reach for something quick and familiar. But aging kidneys do not just see protein, they also see sodium, and they see phosphate additives. A small serving of deli meat can carry a heavy sodium load before the rest of the meal even begins. And many of these meats contain phosphorus additives that are absorbed extremely well by the body. That matters because when kidney function falls, phosphorus is harder to clear. It can build up quietly and add more strain to kidneys and blood vessels. This is the kind of pattern I saw again and again. A person thought they were choosing a lean, sensible protein, but the package was doing more than they realized. So the smarter move is not panic, it is replacement. If processed meat is a daily habit, it should be the first thing you question. Number 3. High potassium fruits. This is the category that surprises people most, because fruit is supposed to be healthy, and in many situations, it is. But if your kidneys are no longer clearing potassium well, the conversation changes. Bananas, oranges, kiwi, avocado. These foods are praised for heart health and blood pressure. That is exactly why so many seniors lean on them. They are trying to do the right thing. I think of Helen, who loaded spinach, avocado, and potassium-rich foods into her routine because she wanted to protect her heart. What she did not understand was that her kidneys were already in stage 3 decline. Her body could not clear that potassium the way it once had. And when potassium rises too high, the danger is not subtle. It can disturb heart rhythm. That is the cruel irony here. A food promoted for the heart can become risky when the kidneys that regulate potassium are no longer working efficiently. So I am not saying fruit is bad. I am saying some fruits stop being everyday foods when eGFR drops low enough. Number 2. Whole wheat bread and bran products. This sounds wrong to many people. Whole grains have been marketed for decades as the smarter choice. Higher fiber, more natural, better for the heart, better for blood sugar, and for many healthy people, that advice makes sense. But when kidney function is reduced, whole wheat bread and bran cereals can create a different issue. They are higher in phosphorus, and that phosphorus burden matters more than most older adults realize. This is what happened with Ruth. She was 71, careful, disciplined, trying to improve her health after borderline kidney labs. So she switched to whole wheat bread and bran cereal because every source she found told her those were better choices. 6 months later, her kidney numbers were worse, not better. Nothing about Ruth was careless. That is what makes this so important. She did exactly what a thoughtful person would do. She researched. She upgraded the foods she trusted. She followed the usual rules. The problem was that the usual rules no longer matched the kidneys she had. That is why older adults need kidney-aware guidance, not generic healthy eating slogan. Number 1. Canned and packaged soups and instant meals. This may be the quietest destroyer of all because it hides inside convenience. Soup feels light, simple, comforting, easy on tired days, easy when cooking feels like too much, easy when someone is recovering from illness, cancer treatment, or low energy. But canned and packaged soups often deliver a double burden. Very high sodium, and often phosphate additives as well. For someone with chronic kidney disease, one bowl can take a huge bite out of the daily sodium budget. And once sodium starts climbing, fluid retention rises, blood pressure rises, kidney strain rises. Then the cycle feeds itself. I think about Walter, who leaned on canned soup and sports drinks during a hard stretch of treatment. He was not neglecting himself. He was surviving the best way he could. But nobody connected the dots between those foods and an eGFR that was already slipping. By the time the pattern was noticed, his kidney disease had advanced sharply. That is why this food sits at number 1. Not because soup sounds dangerous, because it does not. That is the trap. And when you step back, you can see the bigger pattern. The foods doing damage were not always obviously unhealthy. They were convenient, fortified, heart-healthy, high-fiber, high-protein, electrolyte-rich, trusted foods. That is why so many good people get caught by them. Now let us flip the script. Because once people hear that some healthy foods can become kidney stressors, they often swing too far in the other direction. They start thinking everything is dangerous, everything is off limits, everything must be cut out. That is not the goal. The goal is not fear, it is fit. The right food has to fit the kidneys you have now. So now I want to show you 4 replacements. Not perfect foods, not miracle foods, just better choices that lower the burden, make meals easier, and help protect independence longer. Best number 4. Homemade or low-sodium soups. I still want soup in the picture for many older adults. It is warm, easy to chew, easy to digest, comforting in winter, comforting on tired days. The problem was never soup itself. The problem was the sodium and additives hiding in the can. So one of the smartest shifts is to move from packaged soup to homemade soup with low-sodium broth, or to canned options clearly labeled very low sodium. That simple change keeps the comfort while cutting the burden. And if homemade soup sounds like too much work, keep it simple. A low-sodium broth, a handful of fresh or frozen vegetables, a small portion of chicken, turkey, or beans if your clinician says they fit your plan. That is enough. It does not have to be gourmet to be protective. Best number 3. Lower potassium fruits. When people hear they may need to limit bananas or oranges, they often feel deprived. They imagine fruit disappearing completely. But that is not what kidney-aware eating has to look like. The smarter move is substitution. Apples, blueberries, grapes, strawberries. These choices are lower in potassium and much easier for many compromised kidneys to handle. That is the hidden advantage here. You do not have to remove sweetness. You do not have to remove freshness. You just shift to fruits that create less risk. This matters because the goal is not to make meals joyless. It is to keep healthy patterns possible. A bowl of berries still feels like care. An apple still feels like a healthy snack. Grapes still work beautifully in a simple lunch. The body still gets real food. The kidneys just get less overload. Best number 2, white rice and white bread in the right situation. This is the replacement that sounds the most counterintuitive. But for someone with declining kidney function, the familiar healthy eating hierarchy may need to change. If whole wheat bread and bran products are pushing phosphorus too high, then white bread and white rice can actually be the better option, not because they are miracle foods, because they are lower burden foods in this specific context. That is why I always come back to one idea. The best food is not the one with the best reputation. It is the one that fits your current physiology. For years, many people were told that switching from white to whole grain was always an upgrade. For kidney health after 60, that can stop being true. And once a person understands that, so much confusion starts to clear. They stop trying to win by following the loudest nutrition slogan. They start choosing the food their body can manage better now. Best number 1. Fresh, unprocessed meals built around label awareness. If I could give older adults one replacement mindset instead of one single food, this would be it. Move closer to fresh. Move farther from additives. Fresh poultry, fresh fish, eggs in reasonable portions if they fit your plan. Fresh or frozen vegetables without added salt. Simple meals cooked at home. A label with fewer surprises. An ingredient list that does not keep repeating chemical forms of sodium and phosphorus. That is the strongest replacement because it solves more than one problem at once. It lowers sodium. It lowers phosphate additives. It gives you more control over protein. And it makes it easier to see what you are actually eating. This is also where Frank's story matters. He did not fail because protein was evil. He ran into trouble because high protein became automatic, while kidney function was already reduced. Fresh, simpler meals make moderation possible again, and moderation is what protects kidneys better than extremes. So if you are wondering what to do tomorrow morning, start here. Ask for your eGFR. Read labels for anything with phos in the name. Swap one high potassium fruit for a lower potassium one. Drain and rinse canned vegetables if you use them. Ask your pharmacist to review supplements. And bring a real food diary to your next appointment. Those are not dramatic changes, but they are the kind that keep a small decline from becoming a steep decline. And after 60, that is often the difference that matters most. And one more useful step is this. If your eGFR is below 60, ask for a renal dietitian, not just general nutrition advice. That distinction matters. A general healthy eating plan may be excellent for the average adult, and still miss what compromised kidneys need. A renal dietitian can match food choices to potassium, phosphorus, sodium, protein, medications, and lab trends. That is how Ruth stabilized, not by guessing, by finally getting advice that matched her numbers instead of the crowd. And that is how independence is protected longer. So here is the full takeaway. After 60, the smartest kidney question is not, which food is universally good or bad? The better question is, does this food fit the kidneys I have now? Be more careful with processed meats, high-potassium fruits, whole wheat and bran products, and canned soups if kidney function is already reduced. Build more of your routine around fresh, unprocessed meals, lower potassium fruits, lower sodium soups, and lower burden grain choices when they fit your labs. And remember the simple rule from the beginning. Know your number before you trust the label. If you know your eGFR, the food conversation becomes clearer. If you do not know it, healthy-sounding choices can lead you in the wrong direction. That is why small, early changes matter. They protect options. They protect energy. They protect independence. And one more important point before we finish. This is a general healthy aging guide, not personal medical advice. If you have chronic kidney disease, dialysis, kidney stones, diabetes, heart failure, swelling, abnormal potassium, abnormal phosphorus, or medicines that affect kidney function, your plan may need to be individualized. Do not copy any internet list blindly. Some people can include these foods in modest amounts. Others need tighter limits. The right plan depends on labs, stage, symptoms, medications, and your clinician's guidance. That is why testing matters before habits harden. So here is the easiest way to comment today. Write checking my eGFR, making changes today, or sharing with family. And please share this with a spouse, sibling, parent, or friend over 60 who still believes every healthy-sounding food must be helping. Sometimes one timely conversation changes more than people expect. Take care of your kidneys. Take care of the people you love. And I will see you in the next video. Stay steady, stay informed, and stay independent. And the reason this catches so many careful people off guard is simple. These foods are not junk in the usual sense. Many are sold as heart-healthy, natural, high fiber, high protein, full of electrolytes. Exactly the words older adults are told to look for. But when kidney function starts to drift down, even a little, the rules change. And that is what most people never hear soon enough. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 4 everyday foods many seniors eat with good intentions, not bad ones, that can quietly speed up kidney stress and kidney decline. And I am also going to show you what to use instead. So this is not just a warning, it is a practical guide. But first, here is one quick kidney rule you can remember. Know your number before you trust the label. That number is your eGFR. If your eGFR is below 60, a food that sounds healthy on the package may not be healthy for your kidneys anymore. So, as we go,
While
keep
these
four
foods are
words in
generally
mind:
healthy,
potassium,
they may
phosphorus,
be unsafe if
protein,
you have kidney
sodium.
disease.
When kidneys slow down, those four can start changing the story.
Can lurk beneath
That one
even
shift
the
in thinking
healthiest
can
means.
protect you today. This matters more
Protect
after
your
60,
kidneys.
because many people are no longer starting from perfect kidney function, even if they feel fine. Kidney decline can be gradual and silent. No pain. No early warning, just lab numbers drifting the wrong way. That is why a food choice that once seemed harmless can start carrying a different burden. Maybe your blood pressure already needs watching. Maybe blood sugar runs higher. Maybe there is evening swelling. Maybe energy feels